What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video.
Americans don't know where Europe is.
No, they think that's a country.
What do you think is the biggest difference between Americans and Norwegians?
BMI. And Norwegians are smarter. I feel like they don't know where Europe is. They think that's a country.
Americans are more outgoing. They're more smiley.
Norwegians are much more closed off. Americans, they will give much more of themselves, like in social environments.
Probably that you have more fast food restaurants and pay more taxes. Americans are more individualistic. Americans have more distinct personalities, whereas in Norway, everyone is a little bit more similar.
So here's a huge culture shock for me as an American living in Norway about Norway that I can't even believe is real. I add ut på tur. So I don't know if this refers to every single family in Norway, so don't feel attacked if you and your family don't do this. Me and Angelica were talking the other day, and she told me this, and I could not believe it because it's so different to what I'm used to in America, and I feel like most American houses are like this too. But here in Norway, okay, let's say you're a kid, right, and you go over to your friend's house. When you go to your friend's house and their family is having dinner,
That's always
don't
gonna be.
eat dinner with them. So you're the guest in their house, right? They let you come over and hang out. But when it's time to have dinner, they all eat dinner as a family, and you wait in your friend's room. You don't eat dinner
I don't understand
with the family.
that.
Like, you just have to wait until your mom or dad comes to pick you up. And I don't think that this applies to sleepovers. I hope not. Like when it's planned and the parents know that the kid's gonna come sleep over. But I think this applies to, you know what I'm saying? Let's say after school, the friend comes over, maybe the parents don't know. And then, you know what I'm saying, they have dinner. The parents didn't know that you were coming. And then they eat and you don't. I'm pretty sure that's the situation. In America, what I'm used to, it doesn't matter if your friend comes over on a random Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday. It doesn't matter. I don't care if they came over, if, you know what I'm saying? If you just ask your mom, oh, can my friend come over like 2 minutes in advance, 2 minutes before dinner. In my household, what I'm used to with my mom, my dad, and my family, and what I've been used to with all my friends, if someone is in your house, you treat them like family. If I ever had a friend at my house growing up in America, my mom and dad always let them know that they are welcome to anything in the cabinets, anything in the fridge, the pantry, whatever is ours is theirs, because that's just how we treat company in America. No matter if it was last minute, no matter if they just came over, no matter if they didn't even ask to come over, if they just showed up. If you're in our house, if you're welcome in our house, you are now one of us. And Angelica was just telling me stories about growing up, going to friends' houses like that, and just sitting in the friend's room while their whole family has dinner.
Crazy.
And she's just so hungry and just couldn't wait for her mom to come pick her up and go eat.
Man, I don't know,
That's
bro.
just crazy. Like, I couldn't imagine me being a dad, right? I just couldn't imagine having a guest over at my house and we're all eating, and I know that there's a kid, probably hungry, just in my daughter or son's room, just sitting there like, I know, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, this is why it's a culture shock. That's why I can't believe it, because it's a shock. Like, it's just not what I'm used to.
Good point.
I'm not making fun of no one's culture. I'm not saying you guys are wrong for this. I'm just saying for me and how I grew up, this is just crazy. Like, it's just a crazy concept to think about. So if you're from Norway, let me know down below in the comments if this is normal in your household. Do you do this? Do you not do this? Let me know, because to me, this is just crazy. That's crazy.
Okay. Go first.
I've said it before, it's crazy.
Yeah, we have talked about this subject before. How we were growing up, our family would cook big pots of whatever we was eating, right? Because you never know what company you're gonna have. So much food. And it's bad for you to have company come over and they don't have enough food for them to eat. So, like, everybody is always offered something to eat or drink.
Literally.
Even when it comes to a delivery person, we wouldn't offer them food, but we would at least offer them drinks.
Unless we chilling outside barbecuing or something.
Unless we
grab you a plate for the roll. You ate lunch?
Right.
Like, we would do that type stuff.
Yeah.
If a person come in and they doing like an AT&T box in the house or something like that, and we haven't cooked nothing, and we all just up in there chilling and food haven't got prepared yet, bro, you want something to drink? Mm-hmm. Even if we do cook like a big pot, C does this all the time. What y'all got going on? We cook. Mm-hmm. Y'all want a plate? Right. Like, we don't have it to where it's like, you would get judged if you put somebody in the room while you're up in there eating on them. That's crazy. And I'm not saying what y'all got going on is so bad because in your eyes is what y'all do, but here's like, you would get judged.
Right,
like,
not even judged. Like, okay, I'm not gonna put us in it, but let's say if a person sent their child over to play with another person's child, and they have dinner, and that child is in the room not eating, that parent would low-key want to fight you.
The child not going back over there.
Ever.
Because what you mean you came back home because they started supper? what you mean?
Just because they eat.
They didn't offer you anything?
They just ate on you? That's what we'll say. They ate on you.
Next thing you know, little Ryan will come over to the house and say, "Can't such and such come outside?"
We gotta
I'm
fight.
like, "Well, he eating right now." You just say you got what?
We gotta fight.
No, we ain't doing all that. It's crazy.
If I date a guy, I expect us to be married within like 2 years. He needs
That's
to have a good
American.
salary so he can provide for our family. My biggest dream is to become a stay-at-home mom. What about you?
Oh, I actually prefer 50-50. I like to be independent and live alone and like rather meet when it's convenient.
Don't you want to get married
No, I don't want to get married. It's so expensive and you divorce anyways.
and have kids?
I will consider it after I bought my own property, good salary, good job, maybe have a boyfriend. So maybe when I'm 40?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Party with children.
So everyone asked me, how's the food in Norway compared to America? So let's talk about it. I would say first off, American food, it's elite when it comes to variety. If you want Mexican, you want Thai, Ethiopian, barbecue, soul food, even vegan and gluten-free, and you want it, let's say at like 2 a.m., we got it. America does options. Now Norway, it's a completely different vibe. And so Norwegian food is, I would say, simpler, it's cleaner, more, this is what nature gave us, so this is what we're gonna eat. There's a lot of potatoes, bread, meat, fish, very traditional stuff. You're not getting 47 different seasoning blends. It's more subtle and minimalist, like, I guess, the Scandinavian interior design, like for the houses. And I'm not gonna lie, portion sizes, I would say America wins by a landslide. In the U.S., they kind of feed you like you're about to run a marathon or go to war. Crazy enough. In Norway, they feed you like you'll be fine.
Oh no.
But
Stop.
the thing that surprised me is the quality in Norway. It's extremely high, and so the ingredients taste fresh. It's less processed, less chemically. You don't feel heavy after eating a meal either. Versus in America, the food hits harder. You really feel it. And in Norway, it's just lighter overall. So if you love both flavors, huge portions, America. If you like simple, clean, high quality ingredients, Norway. Neither is better. They're just kind of built different. Me personally, I like to spice things up, and so I'll eat the Norwegian food and then add my little pizzazz or razzle dazzle to it. So yeah, hopefully that answers you guys' questions. If you have any more questions, please drop.
All right, we're gonna stop at that. Make sure you guys go check them out. We need spice.
Yes.
We need spice. We need spice. Nothing wrong with not having spice if you like it like that. We need spice.
Oh, definitely.
So restaurants, if we say, can we get an extra thing of salt on the side or some black pepper? It's because we need
Make
spice.
our own little mix.
Yeah.
Now we definitely have traveled and felt the difference in our bodies when it comes to lighter food.
100%.
We even lost weight, but when we came home, we gained it all back. So.
There it is. Yeah. Oh, hello.
But I do want to say something. I don't like when people would say something about, and no offense to him at all, but would say that America has variety, but then start listing names, foods of other countries that's here. And it's good that we can go here. We can still be here and have Mexican food, Ethiopian food, all of these different foods.
Right.
But American food is have a lot of varieties within itself. We have the regular American food, which is the hamburgers, the hot dogs, those type of things as well. But y'all know we're from Louisiana. So, of course, we have our Creole food. We have our Cajun food. We have Native American food. We have seafood. We have variety in just American food, too. American food is not just one type of food. Okay?
Okay.
I just want to put that out.
It's out there now. They hope they caught it. Yeah.
Hope you caught it.
Yeah.
Gotta love Norway for reasons like this right here.
Shout out Norway.
They can just leave their bed and everything out here. Just right out and about. Ain't nobody gonna take it. It's just chilling. If this was some of the places I live, if this was in Brooklyn, somebody with a back bay truck up to your car, took all your joint and gone. But Norway is safe, and I love that.
How would you have felt you moving into this new nice little spot and everything? You got the U-Haul truck open and you go inside the house. and you go inside the house for a while, take a break, and you come back
Take a
out,
nap.
and you got like take a nap. Yeah, that's a good one. You come back out, your TV gone.
Oh Lord.
That dresser you just had up in there, then it's a heavy dresser too. It's gone. How would you feel about
I'm
that?
going to knock on the doors. Who took my stuff?
Somebody saw something.
Let me see your ring camera.
Oh, that's it right there. That's the one. Y'all got ring cameras out there in Norway?
About
You gonna need one, huh?
I love that you can just walk down the road. There's children playing in the parks. They just playing like by themselves. They don't have to worry about nothing. There's no danger. It's like kind of reminds me like when I was growing up, you know? That's how it should be. Man, I see on the news like in San Francisco and stuff like that, they just breaking into people's cars. Like, this is your car right here? Boom, glass broke, taking everything inside.
And he got a
And that's so
fishbowl?
unfortunate because like, dang, you gotta worry about people taking your stuff everywhere, even your locked car on the street. They gonna break the window, they gonna take everything inside. And they wonder why I live out here. I'm trying to be safe. I'm scared of violence. You know, you wanna be in a place where you can raise kids safely and you don't have to worry about nobody being in danger. So, yeah, I like it out here.
Heard that.
Are four of the biggest differences from Norway to the States as an American who lives in Norway but has been visiting the States right now. Please ignore the intense blush. Number one is the driving culture here. It is so different in Norway. It's super normal and accessible to be able to walk, bike, take the bus. Those are things that I really miss, and that's a reason why I would see myself wanting to live in like New York City instead of wanting to live in Minnesota, because of the transportation aspect. Number two is that people are really friendly here, but it feels really superficial and fake. I took a solid core class like last week. This was my second day in the States, and I was just like, it was great, but all of the fakeness and like it just felt really, really, really superficial. Number three, I've touched on this before, and I posted a few videos of like all the variety of different things that I've gotten in the States, but the variety at the stores, all the different flavors that they have, the combinations, the cereal aisle, the candy bar aisle, I mean like all of this stuff. And in Europe, in Norway, we look at like different things that are trending in the States, and lots of those things we can't get in Norway. So when I'm here in the States, I like want to stock up on all these things. I want to get Skims. I want to order these things because if I order that stuff into Norway, I have to pay a ton of taxes on anything that you order that's over like $30 or something. So it isn't worth it to order things into Norway, at least for me. Number four is the go-go culture here. It feels really different for me, who may be potentially working here soon. As a nurse, that like you don't have sick time in the same way. You have to earn your sick time. You have to earn your vacation. And in my brain, it's like ingrained, like I have the right to 5 weeks of vacation. I have the right to have at least 3 of those weeks during the summer. So it's just very different. And I also have like, if I got seriously ill, or if I had a really bad pregnancy, for example, that I would be taken care of in Norway in a different way than here in the States. It would be like, as soon as you use up your vacation time and sick time, then like, good luck. So those are just a few 4 differences that I've noticed that are coming right off of.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's crazy that it's just so ingrained in us that things are the way they are, and we have to just accept them for what they are. Because I remember we've told this story so many times about paternal leave.
Yeah.
When we went to have our children, Dion wasn't able to spend as much time home as he would have liked after we had children. So, you know, with each child we made changes in like employment and things like that, so that we can get the best possible care, right? And the last child that we had, it was the best care out of all of them. Like he had like about 4 months of paternity leave, and then he did like, it was family leave, and then he had some good care. I forgot what it was exactly.
I was able to stay hours and days and weeks.
Months.
Very much so.
Yeah, 4 months. It's just crazy that we had to make those changes, but in so many other countries, they have a right to it.
It comes very normal.
Yeah, it's not about which job you have. It's about a right as a citizen. And I think if enough people was to look at what's happening in other countries when it comes to certain laws like this, what I'm talking about, we would have change here. because enough people would be mad about it
Yeah.
to make that change. Because us as private citizens, we had to make that change for ourselves, but we don't have that right. And so that kind of gets you to realize what the people say about, y'all always boast about freedom, but what freedom do you have that I don't have? And I have more rights and freedoms as private citizens. So it's like that one is always something that just gets me so worked up.
Food ready. You cook. You cook. I hope y'all ate. I mean, once you realize certain things, you don't go like you start to you like you look at things differently, and that's just period. Like I don't see certain situations the way I used to no more, and I don't allow certain things to go on like I would back in the days because of certain things I have been introduced to and how people handle certain differences. People around the world handle stuff way different than how we handle it in America.
Right.
Period. And once you start to realize these differences and you actually get to experience it, you carry that with you like an extra limb. Like you don't change.
You really do. And it's like if we are so great, why do we all have these extra stresses that other countries don't have?
Oh, there go your side dishes. Because look, we get to talk. Hey, I let her cook, bro. She be saying you be put it on the spot.
Right. And
you put it on the spot.
You really start looking at things like we have allowed them to have so much more control.
We'll give y'all some dessert, but ain't nothing sweet. Ain't nothing sweet. It's real. Boy.
Top of my brain right now. There are a ton of other differences. Very different countries, very different cultures. There's positive and negative things with both countries.
True.
I'm thankful for both of the experiences that I've had, and I'm also excited for what has to come for me as well.
I immigrated to Norway from America 3 years ago, and here's what took me way too long to learn about how you get a job in Norway. People hire from within in Norway. Have to know people. When I knew that my job as a fact checker was going to be ending because fact checking bureaus around the world were shutting down after Trump's election, I scheduled a 12-day trip. All I did was network. I sent out LinkedIn messages to everyone I could in every available industry before I went down there, because you have to know somebody to get an in here. And if you're new here, you got to really hustle to make those connections. The number of like gig work and like small temporary jobs I've even gotten through my TikTok, just because in this country, it's so much smaller and it's so relationally based, much more closer to what we would call based on a handshake deal, although everything is bureaucratic and legally contracted. People need a face to put with these things. So just the fact that I had a TikTok got me in the door with different people, and then I could sometimes give the job offer to my husband because they just have to have that sort of chain of knowing people, the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Because it is notoriously difficult to fire people in Norway. Because of this, jobs are incredibly hesitant to hire anyone, even Norwegians. What everyone does, and this took us so long to listen to, is you get in on a temporary contract. Maybe it's a part-time job, like half-time. Or maybe it's full-time, but only for 3 months. And then once they see if they like working with you, if you're good at the job, it's like a trial period almost, but they don't call it that. Then you might be offered a 6-month position and a 75% position. And then maybe eventually you're going to get a full-time job. And as Americans, we came to that.
As Americans, before she said anything, that's how you get your raises. We mistake the job for full-time rise, and we get on and we thinking that, hey, boom, now I'm going to get a crazy raise. But the people that get on part-time, crazy enough, be getting paid the same amount of people that's getting on for full-time. And then when the part-time person get their next application put in to say I want to do this position for a longer period, ooh, their money going up.
Yep.
Missteps.
And I think we kind of have that with the probation period. Like some jobs, they'll give you 90 days to just see if you're a good fit.
Yeah, I've been around people who does it. Yeah.
But when it comes to having to know people, maybe because it's a smaller country. But like,
is that your resume?
Right. So how hard would it be if maybe the person wasn't a person like her who went out there and put herself out there to make the connections with networking? Like, what if it was a person who just, that was not their personality? Like, they just applying. Like, would they ever get hired?
And another good thing to mention is the power of social media, how they use her social media to identify her as a person who she says she is and not someone that's trying to act like something she's not. That's why your platform is that crucial. Because when people talk to you in real time, you want to know if they're talking to you in real time for real. Or that's just an act that you put on.
Exactly.
Okay, we're going to go.
The perspective of like, a partial job didn't seem worth it. Like, I need a full job. Why would I be looking at these part-time jobs? And it doesn't matter how many times people told us that you have to take these partial jobs. We didn't listen until it happened to us. And then in the case of my husband, he took a substitute job at a school. And within 3 months, they were like, there's an opening. We want you to come interview for it. And then after he interviewed for it, he got a 40% fast or permanent position. And these are like, it just wasn't getting through to us. So I'm here to tell you, like, you've got to, as soon as you can, start meeting people, network in a way that is more about like getting to know them as a person than business networking. You've got to be known to people, and you've got to take the first available temporary or part-time jobs that you like that come your way, because we would have saved ourselves literal years in building up, getting these jobs and getting to a permanent position. But we just felt like these weren't sort of the right jobs.
Right.
They are.
Like
they
here.
lead to the right job, and it's virtually the only way that even native Norwegians get work.
That's pretty evergreen. I like it. It makes sense in a way.
Pause.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all, I'm in Norway.
Like, okay,
I mean,
so
let's say alright, for adults, no, not too much. I'm feeling
Right,
like
that's
you
what
got
I'm saying.
bills, you got stuff you got to handle, you may have kids, right? You got stuff you got to put money on. But when you're coming out of school or you're in school, right, high school, you need that part-time job. That potential baby steps is going to get you in great positions, and it's going to build your resume, because they want to know how well are you on the job, not what type of employer you are only just because you did that one big permanent.
right. And isn't Norway one of those expensive countries?
Definitely.
Like, if we go there as a family of 5, we have bills.
Yeah.
Like,
Facts.
we're, like she said, we would not be looking at part-time jobs, but that is good to know that, like, hey, you gotta crawl before you walk. You gotta
That
take
part. Yeah.
That sound like that would be tough as a mid-sized family. And I don't even know, like, how many kids do an average Norwegian family have? I don't even remember. Will we be considered a big family?
Right.
I don't know. Like, will we be able to eat?
Would they consider those positions to be a lot more, wage based for us? That would help our situation more than concerning us being, hey, just take the baby steps, keep crawling before you get to the big position you need.
Right.
Cause I got a big family, so I'm gonna need a big check.
Exactly. Because
I need y'all to run that money.
Right, because here, like, when you go into interviews, and they are learning about you, and some of them, most of the ones that I went to, they ask about your family life, and if they hear, like, hey, I got children. I remember after our first son was born, I went for a job, and when I told her I had a newborn baby, she was like, oh, baby, we putting you on as full-time, not part-time.
Yeah.
Because I went for part-time because that's all I saw that was available, and she switched it to full-time. Would that happen there? Like, ooh, I don't know. That kind of sounds hard, like, depending on the size family.
See, I remember when I was working at the mechanic shop, and they wanted me to up my schedules to working with the nice, fancier cars to get more money, because they knew me, and they knew my lifestyle, my situation, my family size and whatnot, and it made sense. So they was really, they was trying to work with my schedule the best way possible. Best
job, yeah.
So.
This week, and I seriously feel like I'm in a living episode of Black Mirror. Everything is like all automated, and it's incredibly industrial. This is what like all the apartment buildings look like. And this is the hotel I'm staying at. Now, y'all, this is a quality brand hotel, like the Quality Inn brand we have in the US. It does not look like this in the United States. This was literally like a 4 or 5 star hotel experience. So I've got to go pick up some stuff at the store. So I thought I would show you what the store looks like. And also I went there yesterday and it was so quiet. Like you could literally hear a pin drop.
Yeah, cool.
Also, it's quite chilly right now. It's 33 degrees outside. So the grocery store was actually inside of this shopping center, and it was so quiet in here. After doing some grocery shopping, I went across the street to get some pastries because it's the only thing we can afford for breakfast, because everything here in Norway is so expensive. To learn more about living and traveling abroad, be sure to follow for more.
1 week living in Norway as an American.
Oh, yeah, no, it's not right back.
1 month living in Norway as an American.
Nine, helvete.
Yeah.
Don't throw away money around here. This is money. Time is money. Don't throw away no money. 999. I thought this was like what? Like 100 crowns.
That's funny.
He says
That's funny.
Oh, that would be a good experience for the kids when we go.
So pet ownership is a thing that could not be more different in Norway, and that was a difference
Yeah,
that
talk about
Norwegian
that.
school couldn't have
Wow.
prepared me for. And also, I would have assumed that pet owning countries kind of had the same norms, but it's completely different in Norway. So there's endless number of ways I could describe this difference, but I think I'll just give a few examples. One could say in general that Norwegians take a lot more responsibility for pet ownership. I don't like terms like that because I think they imply judgment, and I don't think cultural analysis benefits from a judgmental viewpoint. But I will say that in America, you just get a pet, you just have one. In Norway, for instance, we've never had to pay for a pet sitter because we have so many friends that would like a pet but would not dare take on the responsibility full time, that getting to watch my dog for a weekend is like a pet vacation. They love it. Whereas in America, people just get pets. Like they don't really consider it that much. Of course, these are generalizations. Of course, there's extremes in both ways. But in general, that's the norm that I've noticed, considering myself a pretty average pet owner, neither like the most amazing nor the worst. So what does this look like? What does it mean? Pets, you would not see pets just kept outside in Norway. And in America, I mean, even if it's like this cold outside, you see people begging, like, don't leave your dog out in the freezing cold all night. Like, they can die too. And in Norway, I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen a dog that just stays outside all day. That's just not the way. Now, the other side of that is really interesting, actually. Because in America, if you had somebody that kept their dog inside all day while they went to work, that dog would be in a crate, or in Norwegian, the word is bur. And in fact, I think many Americans keep their dogs in crates way too much. We kind of lose the understanding that this is a trend. When I was growing up, dog crates were not like a thing that most people did, even in America. But now people just assume that that's the way dogs have always been kept. And I would say that many Americans kennel their dogs way too long. You see public awareness campaigns of people saying like 13 hours while you're at work is way too long for a dog to be in a crate, which means that there are many people in America keeping their dogs in crates for 12 to 13 hours a day that need to be informed. In Norway, I've almost seen the opposite. Like, I don't think I've ever seen anybody keep their dog in a crate here unless it's for travel, which is another thing. Actually, in America, dogs just like ride freely in the car. They can jump all around. They can hang their heads out the window. You see it all the time. And actually, that's really unsafe. And I never thought about it until we moved here. And one of my beloved dog sitter friends was like, you cannot just have your dog out in the car. Like, she has to be in a secure crate. So if the car crashed, she's safer. It's like, yeah, that makes total sense. So like, I've actually only ever seen bur used here when the dog is needing to be safe in a car, but not just like kept in a crate during the day. And I've actually noticed debates about this on pet ownership forums. Like, if you get Norwegian people there, then they'll be arguing often against crates and not really understanding why Americans do that so much. And Americans think it's very shocking that Norwegians never use crates in the house. And the last example I'll give, this might not sound like it has to do with being responsible, but it's kind of interesting. In America, we basically force anybody who adopts a puppy, like a stray puppy. It's a little bit different if you get them from a breeder. Not so much. They want those dogs neutered. Actually, breeders want them neutered too, because they don't want you to have breeding rights to their like DNA. And then if you get a stray dog, they don't want them having more puppies. So you pretty much force sterilization of all pets before you can get them. And in Norway, that is just not done unless there's a medical reason you can argue. The thought is like, why would you like intervene in that dog that way? Now here's how it has to do with responsibility, because in spite of the fact that we're sterilizing most every pet we can get our hands on in America, and we're not doing that in Norway, America has stray animals everywhere. There are some, of course, we have a bigger population, but I think there's a difference as well in attitudes towards animals and pet ownership. Like, there are just animals all over the streets, and not in Norway. I've never personally seen a stray dog in Norway. Now, cat ownership, everybody will come in the comments saying this. Cats, Norway needs to get a little bit more with the times on. They're not as strict about cats, and they don't protect them as well. The other caveat I should make is that even within America, stray animal populations correlates with poverty. So in areas where there's more poverty, I see that more, and we can't leave that out of the equation, but it's still a really interesting difference in terms of neutering and then the effect that it does or doesn't have.
Ooh, that was
That's a
loaded.
lot.
That was loaded.
Yeah, we're gonna stop right there. Make sure y'all guys go check them out. All right. I think those differences need to stay where they at.
We're dog owners.
We're dog owners, right? And the difference, the only thing I can, that's a lot of things she said, but one thing that I want to speak on is when she said the crates. It depends on the size of the animal. Some dogs do have massive size crates here where they can roam around freely. What they do inside the crate is their business. But other than that, I think those differences just need to stay like it is because it's really different.
Right. And when it comes to crates, it sounds like they're just using like the carry crate. Like that's the only thing that it sounds like. It don't sound like they have like a playpen for their dog. Our dog have a little apartment. Okay? So lock that gate because baby, you're not about to be all in my kitchen, walking around, sniffing around for snacks while I'm gone. You're not about to be sitting on the sofa while I'm gone watching TV. You're going to be in your bed, in your playpen. Okay.
Yeah.
Your dog owners. It's very strict around here.
It is, though.
She got her own apartment.
They family. They family. Got talk to them like they're one of yours.
Yes.
They get it. Trust me, they're smart. I don't know. I feel like it's just leave it like it is. That's a line there.
Oh, it sounds like we're about to be arguing with the Norwegians.
Nah, y'all cool though. Y'all cool. It's like, for instance, the dogs hanging out the window. You're going to see that. They love that. It's like
with their ears flapping back.
They love that stuff. I understand, right? You get in an accident, the dog can get hurt. But what happens if they're in the crate? Ain't that the same as a seatbelt? You're gonna flip, trip, bumble, stumble with limited access. Now, if that car crashed badly, the dog has a better chance, if you ask me. I'm gonna be in the comments. The dog has a better chance of being safe outside the crate than in the crate, if you ask me.
Right.
I think because the crate bending while a dog is in there, that's crushed.
And
that's like a soda can.
Right. I know some pet owners who have a doggy car seat for their dogs. Yeah. Now I never was able to wrap my mind around it because I'm like, a dog. I mean, they could hop out if they want to. And some be having it. They attach the leash, and I feel like that's dangerous. Yeah. That's my opinion. But baby, I ain't gonna judge you what you do with your dog. It's your dog, cause you ain't gonna have to say with mine.
What is y'all dog rent?
Yeah, y'all have dog rent.
Do y'all
your dog gotta pay extra?
Because the dog got to pay. If the dog got to pay to live here, the dog gonna have some say so.
But we're not those dog owners who travel with our dog like that. The only time she get in the car is if she going to the vet or if we going on vacation.
Or she going to the park or she's doing some training.
And listen, when she get in that car, she's hopping here, there, everywhere because she don't ride in the car on a daily basis. Yeah. But other than that, we love our dog. So that's why we was quiet the whole time she was talking, because we won't hear what you got to say. All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.